There are 3 yes/no questions. This is a little tricky, okay? Both complex and simple. You have to aim to memorize them, then put them into use. You'll find them very helpful. These 3 yes/no questions could be used as 3 shouldn't questions. In life, we find ourselves standing at intersections many times. Standing there, should we turn right or should we turn left? Does anyone know? So if you want to turn right, you must know where the right side leads you to. If you want to turn left, you must know where the left side takes you to. Whether we choose to go left or right, it's all our own decision to make. We have to think for ourselves, observe for ourselves. No one should appoint themselves to make decisions for others. Parents make such mistakes. Whatever your kid asks you, you often give them the answer. This is a huge mistake. When the kids ask anything, you don't answer. Instead, you should try to put them on the spot, hook them into a question, and use the question to encourage problem solving. Then you leave your question hanging and ask them, keep thinking. For example, the kid asks, Dad, how often to go to Bintang Market from District 11? I want to meet my friends there and go shopping. So you would say, okay, from here, at the intersection, you turn right, then you turn left. That way, then that way. This is the worst guidance ever. Instead, what should you do? Just make a suggestion. Suggesting ideas and letting them figure out is the best way. For example, you can prompt the kid, in your opinion, how many ways are there to go from here to Bintang Market? How many ways are there? He will start thinking. Then you say, before you go out, should you check a map? Alright, now how about the map? Do you use a paper map or a digital one? The kid should look this up himself. If he does not know how to do it, we suggest Google Maps. Go on to the Google website and search for Google Maps. That means we have just prompted him to think and left him to analyze, observe, and solve the problem all by himself. And you as a parent have accepted to let the kid be wrong, alright? So there are 3 points here. When you stand at the intersection, I provide you with these 3 questions to make a decision quicker. These 3 yes/no questions. Does it bring peace and joy to me and others? For example, does smoking bring peace and joy to me and others? You can say, oh, smoking makes me happy. But notice this. Here we do not ask for just any kind of joy, but we ask for wholesome peace and joy. We mean the one that brings inner peace. So does smoking bring you real peace? Does the joy of smoking bring inner peace? Then, are others peaceful and joyful when you smoke? Or are they worried? Everyone feels unhappy when the father smokes. The children are unhappy. The wife is unhappy. See? Now let's suppose that you get past this first question. When you smoke, you go out to the balcony. There is no impact on the wife or the children. There you are smoking alone. And suppose you get past this question because no one is affected. Just suppose. In fact, smoking is harmful to the environment. This question is about short-term cause and effect. So let's move to the second question, which is about long-term cause and effect. If this is maintained and replicated, what will happen? If this continues, what will happen in the future? If you continue smoking, what will happen? If your wife and children replicate your smoking behavior, what will happen? If this is good, you should apply it to your wife and children. If smoking is good, your children should smoke. Your wife should smoke too. It is clear that if your wife and children smoke, it is not okay. That means when we maintain and replicate smoking, you realize that smoking is not good. See, for the first question, you defended your smoking. You might say, it's okay, I smoke outside on my balcony, I am happy. What are you complaining about? As long as no impact on my wife and kids, no impact on others, that seems okay. Then going to the second question, it turns out there is a problem. If smoking is good, then it should be maintained and replicated. Here is the third question. You can skip the first two questions above and just go straight to the third question, alright? The third question is critical and more powerful. Does this aim to develop the three root qualities of morality, wisdom, and effort within yourself and others? Do you and others develop morality, wisdom, and effort? Does smoking develop these three root qualities within yourself and others? Morality means to nurture good qualities in yourself and others. Is smoking ethical? No, very unlikely. Is smoking the act of a wise or unwise person? And finally, effort. Effort doesn't mean how often you smoke. Effort is to give up smoking. When we are addicted to smoking, we are dependent on it. Thus, it requires effort to overcome the addiction. That's bravery. That's persistence and resilience. It is obvious that smoking does not develop the three root qualities in you and others. Eventually, it gradually kills these qualities. Therefore, by answering these three questions, you will be able to figure out should you turn left or right.